Hello, everyone. Before we get started, we have to pay the bills real quick. So, I would like to tell you about Anchor. Anchor is your free all in one podcast application. With Anchor, you have creation tools built in to record and edit your episodes straight from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute the podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple, and many other platforms. It even lets you monetize your podcast with no minimum listenership. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now. We use it, and so can you. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Welcome to Going 19, the Stephen King podcast. This week we're talking about The Gunslinger, chapters 3 to the end of the book. That's chapters 3 is The Oasis and the Way Station. This is episode 40. I'm Allie. With me are Amber and Ed. And let's start the show. Still confused.
Yeah, I kind of feeling. I think I even wrote down at one point, I was like, I would have had no idea what is happening if I didn't already know the story. Like,
Yeah, well, and I don't know. Some of it was like kind of starting to make sense in a vague way, but then like I was really surprised that he just like let Jake die. But so that felt.
Can I ask, why did that surprise you?
I guess it didn't. It did and it didn't, because ultimately his goal is to get to the Man in Black, which he did, and I guess he would have done anything to get to that goal. But he cared so much about the kid, and he was really trying to like not do wrong by him, that I thought maybe he would have like tried to save him. I don't know.
Were you picking up on the like the extreme, I mean, it's not even foreshadowing, but the stating that he was going to be the reason that Jake died beforehand?
More or less. I mean, like, there was definitely like Jake will die if you go after the Man in Black. I didn't 100% know if it was going to be because of the Gunslinger because of the Man in Black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I could have seen it either way.
This is another question just because I'm curious. I don't mean to sound like I'm interrogating you, but what makes you think, or what made you think that that he cared so much for Jake before?
I guess face value, he was like, I love him.
Okay, yeah. No, I definitely thought that was
love
weird.
him.
That was very uncharacteristic.
It seems to be very
Well,
character.
remember when he wrote it too? You know, he was apparently 19 in his college dorm or something. So back when he was writing books like Salem's Lot and The Gunslinger, people fell in love very quickly.
Well, but it's not that. I can believe that. I mean, that happens all the time today. It's Roland saying that very quickly too. I mean, I get that he's a child, but still, like, this is Roland. Like,
Well, yeah, what do we know of Roland so far? I don't think he's a very likable guy. Not very nice.
I think he just, I think he's kind of more focused on the end goal, and I think he has a little bit of that, like, sociopath, like, doesn't read emotions, doesn't understand emotions.
They say,
It's very flat.
yeah, I don't think he's definitely not, bipolar by any means. He's just no matter what the
Like, always
Even,
thinking about the end goal and not really caring about anything
like
else.
the entire town of Toll was a trap, and he's just kind of well about it. That's what I had to do. Put him in my way, and so I had to get him out of the way because I had to get him. And you couldn't go around the town? Is there a reason? that I like
right.
the Man in Black obviously sent
I
them
can't.
after him,
I
but you could have
cannot.
avoided it, right?
No,
Well,
I
as soon as
cannot.
he walks into the town and figures out it's a trap, like, leave. Don't stick around for the trap to be sprung, just leave.
Yeah,
Right.
that's after reading this again. That's part of the whole thing that really doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, wait, so he knows that the Man in Black. Did he think he was Martin? That's why he started following him, or he knows? I don't know. But
You're doing it again.
regardless, no, he says that they already. At least my book talks about it.
He has been chasing him for, I guess, an indeterminate amount of time because time
Well, at
seems to
least
be a
12
little.
years.
Well, time seems to be a little like
That's
his memories of his childhood just seem to be such a long time ago. It doesn't seem to be like 20 years ago. And I think maybe Brown or Man in Black or both talk about how time being like malleable almost. So I think he's been chasing him a lot longer than like. Well, when did then just well we don't know how long he's been chasing him actually.
well, he says he left his home 12 years ago, quote unquote years. But so I would assume that was when. Well, yeah, I don't know how long, but yeah, I don't know what that means.
Right? What's a year? How long's a year in I guess where are they? Gilead. Although I do like how the book, and I think maybe because it was a. He just drops you in the middle and says, "This is what's going on. I don't even know why. Who cares? Just deal with it." So there's no like long build up to get it going. It just kind of starts.
Yeah, but
And
that's
then
thing,
it's like this happens and then this happens. What?
If you don't know the story, that's what makes it so confusing because you don't know anything that's going on, and it's such a confusing writing style.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we know he doesn't like outline or plan ahead, and I think this. Yeah.
For my second read through, I thoroughly enjoyed this book, especially the second half. Like I couldn't put it down once I started. It's such a different book after reading the entire series. I can't even explain that. Like, it's more like going back, and I kind of felt like I read it for the first time because I don't remember anything the first time I read it.
Well, yeah. I mean, the first time, like ever, you're just kind of plodding through it. Like, okay, but like, well, like I can't. I was gonna say if you take the book by itself, but I don't think I have the ability to do that. I think I like the book now because of what it is and what it turns into. My God, this was a short story when it started. Can you imagine that? Now it's like everything he's ever written.
Yeah, he said
has something to do with the tower.
In the afterword about the whole thing being approximately 3,000 pages, and I was like, I think I looked it up. It's like 4,200 something total.
Right. Nice.
But I don't know how I would necessarily feel about this book on its own. I don't feel like the story is that compelling, but just as it's almost like I said, it's just an introduction to the series. It's like I didn't even remember that Roland's Gunslinger passage, if you will, was in this book. I thought that was in the next one. So
I was going to say that. You mean the battle with Court?
Yeah.
Yeah, when that started, I was like, wait a minute, this is happening already? Like, I thought that was like 4 books down the road when they're sitting on the... Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought that happened later on in the series for sure. I was like, wait, this is really happening? I was like, wow.
I feel like when you get to Wizard and Glass, like I had to go back and reread that story because I forgot.
What? The Gunslinger?
Just that story from the Gunslinger, his battle.
Yeah. Wait. What did Wizard and Glass have to do with it?
Never mind. I was just saying because that's when they go back and talk about things from when he was younger.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's when
sure
they do the flashback.
It was mentioned, and I'm like, I probably did not remember.
Yeah, I like Court. I was surprised when he like yielded without like calling him a name or telling him anything. He was just like, "All right, you beat me. You're good."
He was so impressed.
Well, and for not even really knowing that character, I was surprised too. I was like, wait, he's just gonna be like, okay, you win. I'm down, bye.
I don't understand why he like did he not know what David meant? Like I didn't get that quite.
I think the conception there was you could not train a hawk, which is why it had to be hooded, and the hawk only like serves a purpose. And Roland, I guess, friended it, so that was like the big secret that the hawk would actually. Well, he was hoping the hawk would do what he wanted it to. He still wasn't sure because the part there, like, it might just fly away into the sky and then it'd be trumped.
Yeah.
But I agree. I was like, what is the big like secret? It's an odd choice of weapon, but I mean, as long as Court's been doing this, he's had to have seen weirder shit than that, right?
Yeah. I guess it makes sense when you put it like that. I was more thinking like, why didn't Court react? Like, did he not know that David was his hawk? But you're saying he didn't think it was gonna mean anything. He was like, okay, so yourself.
Yeah, and David was old, so like, where did he come from? What had he been doing? I don't know what hawks do. Did they go like?
I mean, maybe like his dad may have used it or something. I don't know.
Do they like deliver messages like pigeons or something?
I got the feeling that he couldn't have been too much older though, from when we were first introduced to Roland as a kid. Like
no.
3 years. I mean, I guess I don't know the length, like the lifespan of a hawk, to know what would be old for them.
I thought they said like you're at the end of your road or something like that, so I didn't.
I mean, he did, so I think like maybe it was an older hawk, but old for a hawk could be like 5.
Right. I have no idea what old means. I just know that he was retired. he was put out to stud.
It definitely felt like Stephen King logic, where it's like he was old enough to not attack me, but old enough to still try to kill someone. I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah, and what age is that? I didn't know where. I'm not sure where the line there is.
Yeah.
A guy calls Sylvia Pittston a Jilly come lately. He's like, I'm not even. I think I know what that means. I like the word Jilly. It sounds fun.
That one's not in my book. Sounds not in my book.
You know, I was gonna say about that, like, and you're making that sound again.
Nothing has changed. Maybe I should use my headphones.
Try it. Can't hurt.
Or I'm on my iPad, so let me try it on my phone instead.
Okay. Jeez. You're making me.
Well, while she's
when I first started doing it, I used to like listen to the whole thing, and then now I don't do that. I just kind of do the beginning and the end and like clean them up, and unless there's something like I remember if one said something, I'll just mark the time. But other than that, I really don't listen to it again.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get used to the sound of my voice. That was weird. I just started thinking of him as that guy instead of me, and that worked.
Yeah, I listened back to one of them at a point, and I definitely could not stand the sound of my own voice. I finally heard what you hear, and was like, holy crap, I sound so loud.
Oh. Well, on the podcast, are you louder?
Yeah.
On the recording? Oh, I didn't know that.
Hello.
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 Is it still doing it?
No.
Not yet.
Right. It takes.
You said yes?
No, it's not. You're on the headphones?
No, I'm on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause you would be good for like a couple minutes and then it would start doing it again. So
Yeah, I don't know what that would be. I guess we'll find out.
couldn't tell you.
Maybe service. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming on Wi-Fi, so it should be. Are you far away from the box or something? I don't know. I'm sure it's some kind of technology run amok with the iPad and the app recording.
Yeah,
something.
I don't care. Anyway.
Yeah, it's not doing it right now, so enough of that. So, I don't know, where were we? Off the thread. Oh, I like how they start doing LSD, or they talk about how they were doing LSD. Like, oh, geez. Or no, mescaline. He didn't know what LSD was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Like, gee, like, Roland, you know, he's kind of so far, like, he comes off like a Clint Eastwood guy, like just a gruff, shoot 'em up kind of guy. Then you keep finding out these little snippets of him, and he seems a little more secretly well-rounded than you were led to believe.
Like what?
It's because he's doing drugs?
Well, no, I mean a little bit, but because he seems to know a little bit of everything. He's got, you know, he was getting ready to, I think, dance at one point, and then there was something else. I can't remember what it was now that I made that grand statement. He just seemed, the stuff with his dad calling him, you don't have morals, but that's to your benefit, or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like they introducing is very narrow, I guess, emotionally.
Well, I don't.
And he is kind of even, but he kind of knows a little bit about everything in his world. You know, I guess we don't have a choice. I guess he has to, because he's the only one that can tell us about his world. So.
Well, I kind of get the feeling like that's what a gunslinger. I don't know. I don't know why, but it feels like
I think that's part of it. I was going to say, like, the guy sews, he can produce food. Like, I was like, well, that probably goes with, courts training. We just didn't get to see that part.
Like, it doesn't feel like it's just a guy who can shoot a gun really well. Like, it's like a leadership role.
Yeah, well, the gunslingers definitely are like the golden knights of Gilead. They run the town. They're like the knights at the round table.
Well, especially when he's talking about his dad, and he's like, his dad almost sounded like a king, like he was higher ranking than anyone else.
Yeah, his dad was like, yeah, I think he was like, well, didn't they say he was ruling it almost by accident? It sounded like, but
yeah. And like Martin was supposed to be the trusted advisor, and ended up like, I think, sleeping with his mom, although I couldn't even really tell that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was reading that, trying to take it at face value, and I think it's implied that that's what happened or is happening, but I didn't get. It wasn't stated that like it was directly said that he thought that's what was happening, but it was kind of vaguely implied. And that's why he ran to court. Go after Martin unless he...
Yeah, that's what...
Because
that's
he...
how I was reading it.
It was,
So what was... Is your question, was it him confirming that they were having an affair by seeing them together? What set him off?
Yeah, is that what happened? Like, there's no doubt that they're having an affair, and if that's the case, I didn't really see what happened that removed all the doubt.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too. It's like, why this? Is that just like hot-headed 13-year-old boy energy?
Yeah, and let's say that, just like, watching it through his eyes, that let's say that all doubt was removed. Why did that mean he had to go run to court and become a gunslinger real quick before he could make another move? He just I don't know, shoot Martin right there, or at least try, if he was that man.
I mean, I think that's an honor thing. Like, no matter how mad you are, you never forget the face of your father.
I don't know what that means, so I'll just have to take your word for it. Yeah, I mean, I guess. If I was that mad, I would have been like, "Hold on, I'll be right back. Just don't go anywhere."
I guess that is a really good point. It's like, oh, I'm so angry. I'm gonna go and have this battle, and then get the guns eventually, and I'll find you. We'll see, and then you'll see.
Right. I'll get there. It's a long, but I'll.
Don't go anywhere.
You're not leaving town, are you? Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the chain of events, right? I'm not it was kind of weirdly. And as I'm reading it and what I'm picturing, I didn't just seem like anything happened that was like, oh my God, you are fucking my mom, you asshole. It was just.
Well, I mean, at least in my version of the story, what he said that actually set him off was that he said something like, "Are you dumb or a fighter like your father?" or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he was definitely trying to egg him on, but it was almost like even based on their conversation alone, there's not much happening. So I feel like there's the seeds of the conversation know about, because it seems like there's a lot implied. Like, I wasn't even sure if that's what he was mad about. Like, is that why he's mad? Because he thinks that he now knows that he's sleeping with his mom? Because I thought like he was going to walk up on them and she was going to be like naked in the bed or something, and he was going to be standing there, but it wasn't. She was like sitting up, I think, in bed, and he was standing next to her. Okay, maybe it's a little uncool, but like, she had clothes on.
She didn't really seem like she was going along with it, but she didn't seem like she was all like there. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't really seem like it was entirely her decision. Like,
no, I don't think it was at all.
Yeah, so maybe he was also like worried for her safety. Ooh, which again, well, yeah, I mean, I guess you can't.
Well, especially, and Amber, I don't know if this is in your version, but when he's walking away and he's headed to court, he like hears a slap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Incentivizes him to go now to court.
So that's probably what it is. Then he's probably worried about his mom.
Yeah, and it's like, how dare you?
How dare you what?
Well, that's true.
Well, like, how dare he defile her? How dare he betray my father? How dare he, drive and rise above his station? Almost. It seems like to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
that would make sense.
He's making a big deal out of the number 3 in the second half of this book too.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have just changed that to 19 every time somebody said 3.
Yeah, there were definitely lots of I don't know. I want to say like Easter eggs, but it's like more like the start of things.
Yeah, well, you're still reading the original, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I like the enhancements he made, but you won't know that until after you read the whole thing and start again. Like, you can't appreciate them on your first read through, the changes that he did.
Yeah.
I think he even says that he just, to make sure everything's more aligned, but I'm not sure I agree with that. It just seems like he threw a bunch of Easter eggs in there sometimes. Like, changed what Allie said to 19 and changed something to, yeah, I don't even want to say the name, so to somebody else.
Even in the first version, like just I forgot everything about the prophecy and all the stuff that the Oracle says because you don't know what they're talking about. But now, like, I mean, especially when he reads the 7 tarot cards, and I'm like, ooh, like my head is like going off. I'm like, oh my god, this is so exciting! I know all this, and it's like, I don't know, it's just really cool.
Yeah, death, but not for you, Gunslinger.
Mm-hmm. Especially like life, but not for you.
I just looked down on the page and I read death, but not for you. Synchronicity. Yeah, I didn't remember. I definitely remembered the death one, but not the life one. 3 is under your face. What?
What is 3? Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Which, I mean, the next book is called The Drawing of the 3.
Right.
I don't think we're doing too much spoiling there.
So, I kind of on that note, well, never mind. Okay, actually, no, I can still say it. If Roland was asleep for 10 years, even if Jake like survived, if he hadn't had to have been sacrificed or whatever, I mean, there's no assumption that Jake would have even still been around, or that like the same magic would have been used on him and he would be there also in the same age. Like, it kind of almost feels like no matter what, Jake was gonna have to die again.
So
with Jake, right?
So none of that would have happened. He told him straight up, me or Jake.
Right, I know that. But even assuming that wasn't the test. Like,
so assuming they all 3 of them like sat around the campfire?
Yeah, although I guess if that were to happen, why wouldn't he also send Jake with him? So yeah, maybe not.
That'd be weird. Jake would go from like 12 to 22. He'd like turn into a man. Like, where's Jake?
So
Jake,
but
it's kind of like, okay, you know, you died the second I met you, or the second I met you, I found out you died once, and now you're dying again, and it's like, I don't really feel that bad. Like, you come
the entire time
anyway, and then he.
Kind of what
I think I'm agreeing. Yeah, I'm kind of like agreeing with you in a roundabout way.
Well, the thing that bothered me the most about Jake was he was so wishy-washy, because he was like, I know I'm gonna die, you just go on without me, I'm gonna stay here, maybe then I'll have a chance to live. And then he's like, 2 seconds later, he's like, wait, no, take me with you.
I mean,
like, pick one. Damn.
He's a scared kid alone in a strange world.
Yeah, I do kind of get that.
Never had to fight for himself before. I mean, he's done pretty good up to this point, but that doesn't mean he wants, you know.
Yeah.
Give me an adult.
Like,
and this guy looks like he knows what he's doing. I'm sticking with him.
Well, and especially once they got like into the caves and stuff, like I get, you know, Roland leaving, and he's like, wait, you're my chance of survival, you're why I've survived thus far. I don't have much of a chance down here. I get that. But out in the open where he saw how to kill and skin and cook a rabbit and all that stuff, like, he could have survived.
I think that's a lot. I mean, I believe Jake could have survived, knowing Jake, but that's a lot of liberty for an 11 or 12-year-old boy or whatever.
I also forgot he was fairly young.
It's a common problem with Stephen King.
Yes.
Yeah.
12's a good age.
Children.
He could have survived, but I mean, it's like you're probably going to kill me, but I'm probably going to die if I don't go with you. So maybe there's a chance you don't kill me.
Right. Well, and that's what I was gonna say. I can't say I felt as sad, like so sad for his death. It was more just extremely uncomfortable leading up to it because like we all know what's gonna happen. Jake knows what's gonna happen, and yet we're all still moving forward, and it's just like, oh my god. Like there were parts I remember reading where I just wishing it was gonna change, like the words were gonna change on the page, and I know it's not. I'm just like, please don't.
Yeah, Roland was like damn sure he was gonna have to kill him. Like I didn't think it was that written in stone.
I wrote that down too. I was like, wow, I didn't realize that he knew so far ahead of time and so certainly that he was gonna kill Jake. Like I just thought it kind of happened spur of the moment.
And that's the thing. Like, so he wasted no time at all trying to figure out how not to kill Jake. He was just like, I'm gonna have to kill him. Okay, that's the way it goes.
I'll
Like 2 sentences. Even though he said he loves him.
When he went from Jake has now become the boy, and I'm like, ugh.
I did not catch that until when he said it. I was like, wait, so he calls him the boy the whole second?
Boy, Jake.
Well,
Wait, after he made that statement.
because he did turn into the boy for a little while, and then he started calling him Jake again, and then he started flipping Jake the boy, Jake the boy.
I didn't really pay attention. I thought it was the boy the rest of the time. Maybe
It wasn't.
probably. Yeah.
I think it was
I like that.
like literary. Oh shit. We lost Allie.
Oh damn! I didn't even notice that.
Technical problems today. Damn it. I was rolling.
I don't know.
No pun.
I'm pretty sure in my copy it only says the boy.
No, well then that would be weird if he changed it to add Jake. Because I know what you're talking about. He's like, that's where.
Sorry.
What, your screen timeout?
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Who, me?
I'm eating dinner and forgot that I had to touch my screen.
Your screen's very needy.
It is.
It likes to be loved.
Although, so I see Jake, but it's only Jake when it's referenced by someone else, like the Man in Black. So it's like the other side. I think the Man in Black said his eyes flicked to Jake, and then he added just the two of us. So it's like the Man in Black is talking to him. That's why he's called Jake.
Okay.
Well, there's parts. I'm not like that yet. That's where he 169 or something, or 269. I think he died. Oh well, that's not gonna mean anything to you.
Every time, at least in my copy, every time the Gunslinger is thinking about him or referencing him, it's the boy. If it's a third person or another character, then it's Jake. But that's
Where does he die? Do you know what page that is? Or no, it's before that happens. We become.
wait. No, you're right. Never mind. Because the beginning of the Slow Mutants, the Gunslinger spoke slowly to Jake. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely mostly the boy, but not every time.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was way too much thought on that. But, how about those slow mutants? And how big is this? So, wait, wait, what happens first? They chase the Man in Black in this slit in the mountain that had a waterfall coming over it or something. So they went like behind a waterfall, and I think I counted at least 10 days they were in the mountain.
I didn't even try to count.
And then Roland started pumping the hand card, and they did that for 3 more days. Like, oh, okay. I guess nothing happened for those 3 days. But like, how big is this mountain? My God.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they weren't sure how much time was passing when they were sleeping, so I wasn't sure if each sleep was an actual day or what it meant.
Time's weird.
Maybe 10 days under the mountain was like, 4 hours.
Well, it's more like, how do you count time when there's no light? It's hard to do.
By poops.
Was it this book where they were talking about how they were counting days because of something? It reminded me when we used to like stay up for like 3-4 days partying, and we would say like 2 sleeps ago because the days would get confused. It's probably like that. I guess you wouldn't really have much of a sense of time after a couple of days of that, because you would just fall asleep because you don't know what time it is. They don't have watches that I know of.
Right.
So it's not like they use a clock or anything, so you would be using the sun to mark days, right? So
that is what I just said.
I know.
I'm working it out.
Okay.
So yeah, and how terrifying is that handcart under the mountain with the green glowing slow mutants slogging away at you?
Yeah, I mean, I know it's in the name mutant, but I didn't remember them being so gruesome.
They were, I didn't remember them being so, I thought that the slow mutants were why Jake died in my memory. So I didn't realize that they were just kind of a big distraction.
Yeah, me too. Actually, now that you mention that, I didn't even think about that.
Like, I guess they had a hand in it, but in the end, they kind of had nothing to do with it. But like back then when he's writing, I can picture like the darkness, and you can like see the green in the distance, and then you see another green spot, and then another green spot, and then another one. And then they get bigger and they start coming closer. And there's nowhere to go. What are you gonna do? Back up?
Right. Get out of the cart.
That would be worse.
And then of course,
that was a great scene.
And then Roland, and there's zombies, man. That's what they are. And I know he's friends with Romero, but I guess this was probably before that. But maybe he liked Dawn of the Dead. But like the I think it was the one especially was climbing up on the cart, and he shot it in the head like 4 times before it actually stopped coming after him.
Yeah.
Like, wow, like most things that Roland shoots don't keep moving after he shoots them. I don't remember that. But yeah, that didn't happen in Toll. Although I guess it could have, because what's his name was already dead. A lot of people that he meets, there's a high ratio of them that have already. Well, there's 2 so far, but
well, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people left living in his world in general.
Yeah, the world has moved on.
So, I know that quote that Jake says is super famous, obviously, where he says, "Go now, go then, go then. Yeah. There are other worlds than these." Sorry.
Yeah, that always confused me. There are other worlds than these. Wait. Wait. You're only in one world. What is this these thing? And does he mean like where he died and the one he just went to? I guess maybe.
Well, the one he died in before and the one he's about to die in is kind of what I assumed he meant.
So that removes all doubt. We're definitely in a different world now. Like, in case you didn't know at this point.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair to say. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
it's a web.
On that track though, it kind of made me think of like, I don't remember if it's Marvel or DC, but like Earth 1, Earth 2 type of deal. Like the same planet, just a different timeline.
I would say that's a very good possibility.
Yeah, well that creates how many are there? And
in
most of your sci-fi nerds will tell you like every time you make a different decision, you create a new timeline, which always terrified me because that would mean like billions of timelines.
Yeah. Well, and especially with all the stuff it went into at the end, where we're like, they were part of a molecule in an atom that made up a blade of grass. Or I think I did that the wrong way, but you know what I mean.
I think he was actually doing mescaline when he wrote that, because that was all trippy.
Yeah,
It was
that
so
was definitely
long.
Yeah, I was just kind of reading. I go, okay, I get it. He's like doing the traveling through space in his mind thing. So can we get to the other side of the universe? And and then it was, what was it? It was actually on a blade of grass, and what if somebody kicked the blade of grass over or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like just kind of waiting.
I mean, that I kind of don't. It's like somebody can create these universes, but like can't create a way to keep them safe. Like, I don't know. Have to be hanging on a blade of grass at someone else's mercy.
Well,
It's like the roots.
never mind. It's Stephen King, man. It's going to be hard.
I was more thinking it hasn't grown yet.
Yeah, maybe. I like how Jake says, "I smell him." It's like, well, across the have a little smell to you, right? the pleasures of camping out every night. You see, he killed me the first time, and you're going to kill me this time, and I think you know it.
That's basically the problem.
He does know it. Jake knows he knows it, and Jake still like. Yeah, I feel bad for Jake, but he wasn't around long enough to feel too bad, because like Jake knows it too, and there's nothing he can do.
Yeah, exactly.
He tries, and he's like, "I'm going on my own. Fuck you," and they're like, I don't want to do that. He should have been like, "Promise not to kill me. Gunslingers can't lie. Friends don't lie."
Is that how that works?
See, 6 degrees of Stranger Things. Although those guys are, which is why it has such a Stephen King feel to it.
But it does make me wonder why he said that go then there are other worlds than these. Like, is he hoping like I came back to, maybe that's what it is, like I came back to life once, maybe it will happen again.
Maybe, or maybe, yeah, because if there's other worlds and there's other me's, that doesn't help this me at all. Like right. Good for them, maybe, but that's not me.
Maybe
I'm not willing to die. Maybe what?
Maybe you'll meet another me that you don't have to kill.
Well, okay, but I'm still dying, so that doesn't help this me.
And the way he says it so casually after all of this, like, I mean, rightfully so, all of the fear and the, please don't kill me. He's just like, fine, go then. There are other worlds than these. Goodbye.
I mean, Jake was probably spent. Like, he had been terrified for however long it was already. Probably like whatever, fuck it. I mean, he knew this was coming for a week or two. He got pushed in front of a car.
Slimy thing.
Trying to eat him. Like, just, I'm not even sure I want to live in this world. Whatever, just go. We both know you're going to, and he has to. Like, I thought it was especially cruel.
Make it not
help him in order. Decision. It wasn't like come back and get me or go the other way and get the Man in Black. It was jump over me to get to the Man in Black, which means I'm gonna fall and die. Oh wow! I'm not sure I can do that.
Well, and that's why I thought maybe he'll make the conscious decision to save Jake.
And I think Jake was holding out hope for that till like he saw that it wasn't going to happen, and his answer was, "Well, we
Till
don't
he
know."
saw his boots.
Huh?
I think Jake was holding out hope till he saw his boots literally going
Oh.
over his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'd have stuck my hand out and tried to make him fall. Like, "Fuck you, asshole!" Killed him.
Kill me.
Like, tripped him up so he like didn't land on the like railroad track.
Throw stuff at him.
Yeah. There. Now it's only gonna be one book. I just saved you 7 books. Yeah, that was the moment at which the small figure before him ceased to be Jake and became only the boy, an impersonality to be moved and used. So yeah, I'm not filled with love for Roland, I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, then the next page, the gunslinger spoke slowly to Jake. Oh well, he didn't call him Jake on that one, but yeah.
No, but definitely, I don't know. It's just like, again, like, and all of this, he's acting like he's been chasing the man in black. All he's doing is just following him, doing exactly what he tells him to do. Like, it's like, what? Like,
Well, and to what purpose?
well, the Oracle said that I wrote it down. Jake is the gateway to the man in black. The man in black is the gateway to the 3, and then the 3 are the gateway to the tower.
So what's he after, the man in black or the tower?
Seems like the tower.
Well, the tower certainly, but why is the man in black the gateway to the 3? Because never mind. I know why.
I'm gonna guess because the tarot cards.
Well, because it. Actually, I'm not entirely sure why. Because never.
The 3. Read the quote again.
It says Jake is the gateway to. Well, this is like paraphrasing, but the Oracle said that Jake is the gateway to the man in black. The man in black is the gateway to the 3, and the 3 are the gateway to the tower.
I mean, up to this point, he doesn't care about the 3 or the tower, right? He's just chasing the man in black.
No, he talked about the tower. He said at some point, it was around here, that he was sworn to find the tower.
Well, I mean, there's many instances of 3, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Like I think, and then it just kind of took a backseat to some other numbers.
I don't think it's necessarily literally the number 3. I mean,
Well, he even mentions it in here how it, like something was 3 and then this was 3 and I can't remember the examples now that I've said it.
well, I don't take it as the number 3. I mean, when they say the 3, I think literally 3 people that they're referring to.
Maybe. It could. I mean, it seems like. I think part of the 3 could be 3 people, but I think it's more than just one concept. They seem to make it like an almost mystical thing.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure there's.
I mean, was it Jake? Somebody was talking about the 3. I can't remember. Although, so now we're back down to 1, right? Because we got up. Never made it. So all I know is the next book is called The Drawing of the 3, so I'm assuming there may be some answers in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Quote. I see parentheses around all you know.
Right?
All I know.
Wait, what?
But I didn't even. I waited to read even the synopsis or like the teaser in the back of my book for Shrine of the Three.
Yeah, you're gonna like it a lot more. So I can say you're not gonna have a lot more answers because you know. So he just kind of dropped us in the middle, and like Roland started. It was almost like somebody was holding Roland up, and he was like walking like a little figure that you like wind up, and he like dropped him.
Yeah.
And whatever happens along the way. So.
Well, I would just like a little more character development.
Yeah. Like I said, he's not. Good.
I should say you'll definitely get that starting in the next book.
Awesome.
I mean, he's not the most likable guy the way he is right now. Like I said, he's with his fucking kid.
Okay, so
Martin.
Who is he, Martin or Walter? He's Walter, right?
Yeah, don't forget that too. Sorry.
Yeah, I hate to see what he did.
A lot of people.
Anyway, go on.
Walter and Martin, were they two different people, or were they the same person?
So, the impression I got is that they are different, and that like Walter like possessed Martin.
Yeah, almost like Walter consumed.
Wait, I thought
like
Martin consumed Walter.
Well, he's chasing Walter across the desert.
Right.
So that's as close to present day as we can get.
Yeah, so Martin consumed Walter.
No.
Right.
So Martin existed when he was a boy, and Walter exists now. So how did Martin consume Walter?
If that were the case, then Martin would be who we're talking to now, I think is what he's saying.
Yeah. Like if Martin consumed Walter, Walter would be gone. And we would be chasing Martin.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm confused.
Well, I think Martin really was just his dad's guard, and then like got possessed or consumed or whatever, enchanted himself by Walter, who is the Man in Black, who then destroyed everything.
That could be. I like that take. He was just a normal magician. He was just a normal court magician until Man in Black showed up.
I honestly don't even remember, like, from reading the story before, if that's true or not, but that's what it feels like on this go around.
I don't know about your book, but I think at one point it overtly says that like Walter and Martin are like same person at some point.
Mine says they're not the same person.
It's at the end. Let me see if I can find.
Well, that
I like how he calls
using Martin.
Well, maybe it's one of the changes he made. I'm sure. I like how he says space is not the tower is not the nexus of time, which I guess is. But I mean, that's a good point. Space is so big, it's incomprehensible. The size is so big, you can't even picture it.
So this is just one part, but he says, "I made your father and I broke him," the Man in Black said grimly. "I came to your mother through Martin and I took her. It was written and it was." Yeah. That's it.
Is that, I mean, but does that like sexually, or does that just mean like he like took her mind and possessed her?
I don't, that's not the point that I'm referring to. I just mean it says he came through Martin, meaning like he is a separate person than Martin.
Oh.
Cool. So I'm wondering if our books are different again in this. So I found the part, then hear this. When you return, Martin had gone west to join the rebels. So all said anyways, and so you believed. Yet he and a certain witch left you a trap and you fell into it, good boy. And although Martin was long gone by then, there was a man who sometimes made you think of him, was there not? A man who affected the dress of a monk and the shaven head of a penitent. Walter, you, Martin never left at all. The man in black tittered, at your service.
Yeah. So the gunslinger realizes, okay, so it's so they're the same person.
I didn't hear
by that
part. Okay. What page are you
on?
on?
Remember when Roland says, "Oh my God, it was you the whole time"? Like he thought Walter and Martin were two different people, and he just realized that it was the same person because he told him.
I'm on 322 in my book. Or
322.
Sorry, 321, 322.
Huh? What'd you say?
It goes from page 321 to 322.
That doesn't help me.
Mine ends on 300.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, can you read it again? I didn't hear what you said.
Yet he and a certain witch left you a trap and you fell into it. Good boy. And although Martin was long gone by then, there was a man who sometimes made you think of them, was there not? A man who affected the dress of a monk and the shaven head of a penitent. Walter. This in my book is page 322.
Right, but again, that to me just means that he was like using him. He was possessing him. Oh no! Wait. Walter was that was when he realized that Walter was someone else. That he had met him before. Not that he was.
It was Martin the whole time. He says it was you.
No, that's when he realized
and
the man in black and Walter were the same person.
When I don't even know how to answer that. When were the man in black and Walter?
You're Walter. That's what he's saying.
Okay, so
you're Walter / Martin.
Yeah, you're both of those people. He thought they were two different.
Yeah. Because at the very end too, like literally within the last section of the book, he's messing with the bones and he thinks, or is it really you? He thought, I have my doubts, Walter Odin. I have my doubts, Martin. Martin, that was.
Sounds like Game of Thrones. Martin, that was.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I mean, these are all the same thing, though.
So
right. That makes him the same person. If he's Walter Odin.
Well, that
whatever.
Doesn't mean that
So
he wasn't. Whatever.
I think that. Amber, I like your theory. I think Martin was just like a normal magician, and then like Dark Tower aura, Black Cloud.
I wish I could find the part because he's just recognizing. He's like, wait. When he finally sees his face for the first time, he's like, I've seen you before. You're Walter, not you're Martin.
That's before the tarot cards, right? Flip this one back. It's right before 2. I don't know how else to say.
Yeah. Whatever, go on.
The gunslinger said, finally, I expected an older man. Why? I'm nearly immortal, as are you. Macy. He doesn't say anything when he takes the hood off about, oh my God, it's you. He talks about what he looks like. His forehead was high, but he doesn't like take the hood off and he goes, holy shit. It was Cuthbert the whole time. You know, like Scooby-Doo ending. I don't know. They're all the same person, so I didn't realize like
Yeah,
it's my first time or two
Why
through the tower, like
when I have the concordance right here.
right? Yeah. So you know what? I meant to grab that and I forgot. I have to grab that for the next one. I was gonna start like writing stuff down, like to connect.
Somebody else already
Did
did.
all that. I'm not doing that. I'll just. Seventh card is life. Where does it fit in the pattern? That is not for you to know now. Oh, you bastard. And poor Roland, if I've read that right, so he told the Oracle what he wanted, and then he had sex till the sun came up, and then he was like, "I can't take it anymore," and he like walked out of the circle. Like, did you have to do it all night if it was so awful? But the sacrifice, you could have done it once and said, "Enough, demon, I'm out of here." Like, I don't think I really feel too bad for you.
There's just some like I don't know.
For me, it's like when there's been some moments like, oh, it's starting already. I know where this is going. Like, and I can't talk about it, but I'm secretly excited. Not that that helps anybody. I'll fucking
Cryptic and mistaken on it.
so. So they have their conversation, and what he wakes up and it's 10 years later for some reason. And so is
The man in black.
dead? Is that what we're left to assume? Because his bones are all. I have my doubts, Martin. It was. Yeah, I mean that's where we leave off, right? He's like, okay, he's dead, and
Flash on.
I loved you, Jake. He said aloud. No, you didn't. Don't even give me that. You stepped over him. I'm sure the man in black was like, "You'll never catch me again." But I mean, how long have you been chasing him at this point? He's already like patient to be chasing him. I don't know, years, months. Well, no, I feel like it was more than months. So let's just say years. And the time, sure, maybe he's going to add more time to how long he's chasing him. But at some point, he's going to like catch up to him again, right? This is our main character. What kind of person is he that he's just going to let the kid die and shooting the town?
Because it felt
Like there wasn't much of a choice there, but Jake was definitely a choice and an overt one, and I don't know if I could have. I don't know if I like him for making that choice up to this point, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
So I found the answer, which is it's actually interesting. We are
Ooh.
kind of so Martin Broadcloak is one of Walter's aliases, but there's a note that says in the 2003 Gunslinger, Martin's identity takes a further twist. Sorry, he is his sorcerer, but he's also his foremost counselor. But unbeknownst to Stephen or to Roland's dad, he is simultaneously his many-faced enemy. So it almost feels like in the revised version, he is like, I don't remember where I was going with that.
He's like shape-shifting.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Sorry. Playing many faces.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're the same person and they look different, I guess.
It's more like in the 2003 version, he gave him more. He made his betrayal bigger.
Yeah. So he was like his, advisor or whatever. What did they call his dad? The last Lord of Light, I think. He said, Walter, you, Martin, never left at all. The man in black tittered, at your service. You never left. You only changed. Okay, well, that aligns with shapeshifting. Or maybe that's why they're saying that, because of the part that I just read.
Yeah.
You never
Well,
left.
that's
You
what
only
I
changed.
Yeah, I don't think that's in this version. Like, I don't remember that.
It's probably not. Like I said, most of the enhancements I like, but they make no sense at all and no difference to the story unless you've read more than just this book.
Yeah.
So they're like, if you're like us, where you're going to go back and read it again, that's the kind of people this stuff is for. And I'm sure. Well, I already know he has plenty of fans that are like that. So.
Wait. Okay. Here on my version, after Roland has the vision, you did. Maybe he just lying to him. I don't know. This is confusing. You did fairly well, the man in black said. I could have never sent that vision to Martin. He would have come back drooling. I'm like, what? To Roland.
I'm pretty sure in my version he said that he changed that to your father. He said, I couldn't have never sent that to your father. He would have come back drooling. I remember that because I remember thinking, damn.
Okay. At least I get why I'm confused now.
Yeah, that would be confusing because then you turn him back.
Maybe he like assimilated
Assimilated them like
the other people that became
one, and then they had many.
I think that's
faces,
probably what happened.
like the many-faced god. Do you watch Game of Thrones? It keeps coming up for some
Only
reason.
the first 2 seasons, but I know the new season started.
Yeah, oh yeah.
have a prequel.
Right.
And Gilead's kind of like a medieval Game of Thrones castle-y town. Because it was like a walled.
At one point he says,
castle.
I don't know if this is just a reference point or whatever, but it says, Roland says he's from New Canaan, from the Bible. Like, obviously I know he's not from the Bible, but I'm like, is he saying that that's the name of his town? Is that what his town is like? I don't understand.
Canaan was like the Canaanites are the non-believers, right? The non-Jewish people
I don't know.
from the
I'm not a
Bible.
theologist.
And if you want to go that road, we all know what Jake's initials are, right? JC.
Chambers. Yeah, I could not remember his last name.
Right. So
I couldn't either.
we got Jesus Christ and we got New Canaan. So
Yeah,
but
I
he's
feel
not
like
religious. Go
he
ahead.
definitely, I think, like started out using the religious angle and then tried to turn it into more of a spiritual or just like magic angle. But it's like so heavy. I mean, he says like God and stuff, I'm pretty sure. I don't even remember, but it felt like it wasn't. It's like this, I don't know. The rest of well, I don't even know how much. It's kind of like the same spirit force as like where the turtle comes from. Like, I guess you'd call that spiritual. That's much more of what the rest of the series feels like, as opposed to necessarily outright religious.
I know not of this rest of the series that you're talking about.
Well, maybe he started to go down that and then realized what he was doing and was like, no, I don't want to do that. Like that I don't want that to come
I think
off
maybe
of
when he was younger, he leaned more on religion for like a storytelling device. Not
Yeah.
all the time. I mean,
Mist.
I mean,
he was
that's
younger when he wrote The Mist, right? Desperation, yeah. That was, yeah. So I guess he just likes using religion. Maybe it's something to do with his upbringing or something. Because he's not,
well, and it can be polarizing.
yeah. He definitely uses it to polarize and in polarizing situations.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have read The Mist, but it makes me think of that. Mrs. Carmody.
the reason why I feel like it's like, I don't know, in general, I mean, he doesn't always completely shy away from it. I guess it's kind of hard not to, because that's where our minds all go when you mention like the great white light. But it's usually not so direct, because, you know, it's going to be hopefully the good side that wins, or that, you know, is the better side. And so it's like, if you say all the people, you know, it's like all the God believers are on the good side in the story, it's just kind of it's a hard line to draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the stand. Was it the white? Here I come to save the day. Yeah, I think he likes religion as like a way to guide people, as opposed to a solution to the issue. Then the magic non-religion white shows up. So it's just nothing but good spirit energy, and fixes everything after religion messed it all up. Or maybe he took advantage of the messed up situation. So
apparently New Canaan is the name, it's the capital of Gilead. There's a whole bunch of stuff about it. I did not realize that.
see, look at you with your concordance and reading it.
A barony, if you will.
Oh, the Baron. I think made just a second you said barony. Okay. So they talk. Roland wakes up in his bones, and he starts walking towards the sea, right? Wait, do we know that? Shit.
No, we do.
Yeah, they tell him.
He's
they tell him
sitting
to
in the
go west.
water, I think.
At the end? No.
Is it that? Oh, I do remember. Oh, I can't talk about it. Where is it? Yeah, there he sat. Setting sun painted the water. Well, he sat on the beach, which stretched left and right, forever deserted. The waves beat endlessly, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I guess he's taking a break, going to sleep. At least the only thing that can happen when you're sleeping is bad dreams, right?
Dun, dun. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, we don't know anything, but I just didn't. The only thing I'll say is the next book picks up literally where this one leaves off. I didn't realize that.
I was kind of impressed at that too. I finished this. I was like, oh, well, I know where the next one starts, so it's like the next morning. Like he goes to sleep here, and the next book starts when he wakes up.
Yeah, it's like a couple hours later.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And what did I do?
That's all I got.
For Gunslinger.
Yeah.
John 3 is next. Anybody taking a look at it?
No, but I can. Oh, crap.
Well, I think we do The Prisoner and Navy Shuffle. Puts it around 200. Two before the shuffle.
Grab it. To the shuffle, you said?
Including
Like
the shuffle. Yeah. So it's a little heavy. It's over 200 in my book. It's like 210, I think, in my book. So I think that's fine. What do you guys think?
I am looking at the shuffle now. Sorry, didn't remember what that was. Yeah, it's 210. You said 210.
Yeah.
That's
Do we have the same book? Do you have with a new introduction by the author?
No. Argument?
Well,
No.
yeah, I have introduction and argument. So at least you got argument. So I don't think that the later books are as chopped up and rewritten as the Gunslinger was. I think that just had to be done because it was so long ago.
Um, I, are we splitting this book into 3 then, or are we doing it in 2? Well, that would be.
I'm not thinking that. No, we're not doing 2. We're doing at least 3. We're doing 3.
I don't.
And it's kind of split into 3 sections. So it's the Prisoner, the Lady of Shadows, and the Pusher, with a couple shuffles. So, well, we have to include the shuffle because of the way it's set up. It looks like.
No, I know. I agree.
Each section has its own shuffle.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. We can aim for that.
All right. I mean, and if we need an extra week, we'll just fucking don't, not an hour before, but we'll just figure it out if we need to.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody good? Any thoughts?
Good.
I'm good. Ready to continue to the good parts, the best parts.
Yeah. Now it's going to get really interesting.
Ready to hopefully be not as confused.
Yeah, you're probably so over the Gunslinger, but one day you'll appreciate its place. So.
One day.
Okay. See you in 2 weeks.
In the podcast, everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.